so that I can separate these things. Okay, so I'm just going to give myself a, yeah, I've got adequate time. There, go. Now I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to do, um, and this is kind of coming off the top of my head. So in the event that I make a mistake, I apologize. I will have to circle back on something though, if I do. Um, I got my chat open over there. Okay, good. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so a level 4 question was one where you get mass plus reaction. And I'm going to do kind of a model one. So let's say that we're going to make this is going to be the model one, and then I'm going to do a chemical reaction one after this. So level 4. And this is where I can take some creative liberties and have some fun with this. I'm going to say that a chocolate chip cookie is 12 chips plus 1 dough yields 1 cookie. Okay, so this is my balanced chemical reaction. 12 chocolate chips yields 1 dough and 1 cookie. Now, my definitions. 1 dough is, let's say that that is 75 grams. Okay. Then I'm going to say 1 chip is 3 grams. Okay, so these are my definitions. This is all the information that I need. This right here on the right-hand side, that's effectively like my molar masses. Now, based on this, I'm going to switch colors. So now I'm going to give myself an actual question. And I'm going to type it out in my text box. You have, let's say, 95 grams chips and 750 grams dough. How many cookies can you make? And which ingredient is your excess reagent? Another way of putting this is um, which ingredient will you have left over after you've used all of the other ingredient? Okay, so there's my question. Um, in the interest of time, I'm not going to be asking if you guys have questions. I just want you to chime in if you have questions. So the first thing that I want to do is I'm going to look at my balanced chemical reaction. 12 chocolate chips plus 1 dough yields 1 cookie. I have 95 grams of chocolate chips and 750 grams of dough. I'm going to go to my reagents. What I need to do is I need to say, all right, well, I have 95 grams. Well, how many chocolate chips does that give me? 95 G. I'm going to label it as CC. Now I need my relationship here, which is 3 grams of CC is 1 chip. Okay. I'll plug this into my calculator to figure out how many chocolate chips that I actually have. So 95 divided by 3, I have 31.6 chocolate chips. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to ask the question, based on this number of chocolate chips, how many cookies, or actually, no, no, no. How many doughs do I need? How many doughs do I need to use all of this up? Okay. So I'm still focused on my chocolate chips, but now I'm relating it to the amount of dough. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up another round of dimensional analysis, and I'm going to say, well, 31.6 cc. And now for this, I'm going to pull from my balanced chemical reaction, which gives my relationship chocolate chips, which is 12 cc for every one dough. Whenever I do 31.67 divided by 12, or 31.6 divided by 12, I see that I have 2.63 doughs. So what that means is that if I used up all of my chocolate chips, and I like to write a statement here, to use all my CCs, I need 2.63 doughs. Now that's kind of weird because, oh, I don't really think about cookie dough as an individual unit, but there we go. Now, this is a true statement. This is kind of the hypothetical true statement. Now, what I want to do though is I want to say, all right, well, how many doughs do I actually have? So I'm going to switch colors to red. And I'm going to ask the question, how many doughs do I have? I haven't thought about that. I know that I have 750 grams of dough, and one dough is 75 grams. So I'm going to set up this dimensional analysis to compare to this number right here. So 750 grams of dough, and then say 775 grams dough is one dough. Well, 750 divided by 75 is 10 doughs. So you could say, I could go back to my original points here, or I could just look at this and say, okay, well, I have 10 doughs to work with. I have 31.6 chocolate chips. To use all of my chocolate chips, I would need 2.63 doughs. Well, I have 10. The so I'm going to write this statement. The number of doughs I have is greater than the doughs I need. So I have more than I need. That would be a nice way of saying this is excess. Okay. Could anyone, I guess I'll ask for this. Um, does anyone have any questions about this example? Okay. Well, now I'm going to go on to do another example. So this is another level 4, but I'm going to be using a balanced chemical reaction. And I'm going to say um, H2O. Very good. I'll do C plus O2 yields CO2. Okay. Um, and then What closed out the screen? The share? From my end, it's still showing that it's sharing. Could anyone else confirm that I'm still sharing my screen? Just with any character in the chat. Okay. Okay, good. So here's our balanced chemical reaction. C plus O2 yields CO2. Um, for this, you're going to use the periodic table. So this down there. So we've got this right here. This is our balanced chemical reaction. 1C reacts with 1O2 to produce 1 CO2. Another way of putting that is 1 mole of C reacts with 1 mole of O2 to produce 1 mole of CO2. Now, I'm going to give you, here are our definitions. 12.011 and 15.999. I'm going to round that up to 16. I'm going to call this 12. I'm going to say you have 724 grams of carbon and 368 grams of O2. There's our amounts. Question is excess reagent, which is excess, and then, yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to start with my carbon. I'm going to say I've got 724 grams of carbon. 12 grams of carbon is 1 mole of carbon. This is going to tell me how many moles of carbon that I'm actually working with. 724 divided by 12 equals 60.3 moles carbon. Now, this is a 1-to-1 ratio. So if I have 60 moles, 60.3 moles of carbon, tell me in the chat how many moles of O2 do I need to react perfectly? That would be 60.3. I need exactly 60.3. If I have more than 60.3 moles of O2 or less, that means that O2 is going to be the limiting or excess reagent. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say 60.3 moles of carbon. That's the amount that I have. 1 mole carbon is 1 mole of O2. Question is, how many moles of O2 do I need? That's what I just answered, but this is a hypothetical. 60.3 moles of O2 are needed. And that's just because this is the ratio, 1-to-1. Now, with that, well, I need to figure out how many moles I have. I have 368 grams of O2. I need to convert this into moles of O2. Well, 1 mole of O2, it's not 16, it's 32 grams of O2 is 1 mole of O2. Because each oxygen, because notice how this is just one O, each oxygen is 16 grams. So I'm going to say 368 divided by 32. I have 11.5 moles of O2. Okay, so I have 11.5 moles of O2. I need 60.3 moles of O2. Do I have the amount that I need? No, I don't. So I don't have enough O2. So it is limiting. Therefore, C is excess. Okay. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to post this along with our regular lecture video. Um, if you have more questions about this, please email me, and I'm glad to set up a time to work through this. It's, I would just work through it very deliberately and say, okay, here are the two things that I've got. I'm going to pick one of them and use that to compare to the other. Don't try to compare both of them at the same time because that's just chaotic and that's stressful and hard. All right, I'm going to stop my recording.